Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bravo Tea with a Stay-at-Home Mom. I'm Erica, and I'm ready to talk all things Bravo. Welcome back, everybody, and on this special episode, we're going to be getting into a little Bravo tea, and I have a guest that's back. Yes, it's my husband.
Hey guys, how are you?
Mike's back to talk a little Bravo reality TV trash with us. This is going to be a good one, so let's get into it. So, as you already know, because I make you watch all these shows with me, Tamra went on Watch What Happens Live, did a little trash talking about Ryan, Jean Jacket Ryan, that you say is what?
Shady.
Yeah. And Eddie said it on this episode too. No, usually you call him a scumbag. And Eddie used your word.
Shady scumbag. Just like Louis.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. So when Tamara was on Watch What Happens Live, she was bringing up the whole Dodger player issue that he's currently having. And I don't know, because apparently he's working with the FBI for immunity.
Yeah, I don't know.
So do you think he really actually took the guy's money?
Well, supposedly the Ohtani Dodger player doesn't know English, and the translator was in on it. So they were stealing his money, basically.
So for Ryan to get immunity, though, and now help the FBI, you think he's just going to rat out the translator?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like if he did it, though, I don't even know how you get immunity if you did it.
I don't know too much about it. I don't want to say anything wrong.
Which is leading me to my point. Tamra is on Watch What Happens Live, and she said, Ryan, why don't you go look at the sales every month from the CBD line? You say Eddie doesn't work. We make more money per month than you stole from that Dodgers player. So that's what then led him to hire the same attorney that Jim Bellino, Jesus Jugs Alexis Jim Bellino, and he's suing Tamra now for defamation, just like Jim Bellino did back in the day. And Jim Bellino won against Tamra and Shannon.
Yeah, I wish we were. I told you earlier, I wish we were lawyers out there. It seems like everybody wants to sue everybody.
Yeah, so you said people go on these podcasts, and if they do a little trash talking,
Yeah, they get defamation.
yeah.
Lawsuit.
So now Tamra she was served, and now she has gone on an apology tour. She did 2 posts saying, "Oh, what I said was misconstrued, and I meant to say then the Dodger player makes," and now she's covering her tracks. I feel like, because obviously she doesn't want to go down the road of all of this all over again, like she did with Jim Bellino, because she's literally right on TV talking about him, and she talks about him on the podcast, I feel like. So what do you think, though, when all these people are on TV and they do trash talking? Would you be like Ryan, aka her and Eddie call him, like a little baby bitch?
Yeah.
So you would sue Tamra for defamation if you were
Nah,
Ryan?
I don't sue anybody, but I think it's all in fun for TV.
Yeah, I think Tamra goes on TV and kind of wants to hype it up. And I mean, obviously they're having tit for tat and a little beef. So it's not like she came out of thin air and said this. They're all kind of talking about each other. And I know why she said it. It's because when we left off on the last episode, he's like, does Eddie even work? And blah, 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 blah. So now a lot of people are saying, oh, I thought that they can't even sue each other. So example, Tamra and Jen could not sue each other because they're on the show together. But that leaves room for Ryan to sue Tamra because he's not on the show.
Yeah, I think the drama and the trash talking is what sells and what's makes people watch.
Yeah.
If everybody's going to sue everybody, it's going to be boring TV.
Yeah, agreed. So then Eddie takes to Instagram and he posts the famous picture of Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, that's all fun.
Yeah, putting the lipstick on, which we just looked it up because we were like, what movie is that from? And it's from Billy Madison when he's on his apology tour, calling everyone saying, sorry, I was mean to you in school. And he's like, thanks. And then he hangs up the phone.
He's like, no big deal.
Yeah. And he has this list behind him. and it says people to kill.
Kill list.
And he's crossing off Billy Madison's name. And then he sits back and relaxes and puts on some lipstick.
Steve Buscemi's the funny.
I know. And I love how like Adam Sandler has all the same people in all his movies.
Did you ever see Boardwalk Empire?
No.
It was good.
I never watched that, but I'm sure it is good with him. And he was in our favorite show for a little bit of time, The Sopranos.
Yep, that's right.
He
wasn't really that good in that. He doesn't look like a gangster.
Yeah, and like he was Tony's cousin. I'm like, you don't even look like you'd be related to all these people.
I could do better than Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Oh, we could have got you on that show for sure.
So what's up with this CBD? I didn't even know about it.
Oh, wait. So Tamra and Eddie have like, it's called Vina, and it's a CBD line. So they make these drinks. So one of our neighbors where we live, she buys it off of Tamra's website. And I tasted it at her house, and they are pretty good.
Whose house?
So I won't name drop names, but one of our neighbors. Oh. But she listens to the pod, so shout out. But I tasted one of the drinks, and it's pretty good. So you get like a little buzz off of the CBD. So there's no alcohol in it. But
is there THC in there?
I don't know. I've never been on her site. And then they do like sleeping gummies though. So Jeff Lewis takes them. And yeah, I mean they do really well because obviously out there all that stuff is like really popular. Sleep. Yeah, and it's getting more popular all over. But also I found it wild that she was like, when she made the comment to Ryan, oh, look on our website, we make more sales in a month than you stole from that Dodgers player. They allegedly stole $16 million.
That much.
So if Tamra and Eddie were making $16 million a month on this stuff, do you even think she would be on Watch What Happens Live?
No.
Yeah, me either. And I don't think Eddie would even like want her to do the show if they were making that much money with the CBD. But anyway, back to the Steve Buscemi picture. So Eddie went to Instagram and posted the picture of Steve Buscemi putting the lipstick on, and it said, "Men who fight with Real Housewives on a Real Housewife reality TV show do for fun." And then it was like the picture. And then in the comments section, he put, "I find it hilarious to see grown men fight with women on a reality TV show about women for women and think they are such, quote, manly men, because they are standing up for their manhood when in reality, you will never win this fight on a reality TV show. The answer is not just one little bitch on the series. Can you name them all? Hashtag my opinion, hashtag baby bitch." So I'd like to know the other little bitches he's referring to. I'm assuming he's referring to back in the day, Jim Bellino. Obviously he's referring to Ryan. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's even referring to John Jansen, aka Johnny J, as Alexis likes to call him now, because that'll lead us into our next discussion of that. Like, they didn't show much of it on this episode, but they did at the beginning. And Shannon is just going through it with John Jansen wanting that $75,000 back. If you were John Jansen and you gave Shannon all that money when you were dating, but now you're with somebody else and you're supposedly so happy, would you even bother to ask for that money back?
No.
Yeah. And I mean, my opinion is he gave it to her and now he's just mad he did. But it was not a loan documented. Like, he keeps referring to it as a loan, but it's like, well, if it was a loan, why didn't you make her sign a promissory note or like a payment schedule or anything? Like,
and they checked it and say loan on it, right?
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's a gift. I don't know.
So that's what I've been saying when I've been on the podcast, saying when they go to court, in my opinion, since he didn't take the settlement, so she offered him the full $75,000. She didn't even have to.
But she wanted him to sign something.
She wanted him to sign a non-disparagement agreement, meaning they can't talk about each other, and he didn't want to sign that. So now they're going to go to court, and they very may well go to court, and the judge may look at him and say, "This is considered a gift. You never made her sign anything." And then he'll spend more than $75,000 going to court, and he'll get no money. I don't really know why he's doing this. Like, I feel like the poor woman got the DUI. He's now dating Alexis. Alexis is on the show. She's annoying. And they're just trying to, like, haunt her.
Well, in the show, didn't they say that he had like a video of her like almost running his daughter over?
Yeah. So not only is he not settling and just taking the money and signing that paperwork, he's extorting her and saying if she doesn't pay up and do what he wants, he's going to release those videos.
Right.
So that's literal blackmail. He's using the videos against her. And I want to see the videos. I'm not going to lie. Apparently, yeah, he's almost running his daughter over. But I don't understand why his daughter was outside at 1 a.m. I think allegedly the time was. And she's like in front of or behind Shannon's car.
Yeah.
And if your daughter was home hearing you guys argue, why don't you tell your dad to like chill out? Because he kicked Shannon out of the house drunk like that.
And she ran into the house, didn't she?
Yeah. But I also wonder if she hit somebody and hurt them and or killed them, do you think Johnny J would have been held responsible as well?
Only if he was the one supplying her the liquor.
Yeah, but he also knowingly said, "Get out of my house," like how drunk she was. Like
Well, she might have showed up there drunk.
well, she did, but
I don't think he would get in trouble.
I don't know, because she left his
If he
house.
didn't if she wasn't there and he was giving her the alcohol.
Well, they could have drank more together.
If she showed up drunk, then.
So allegedly, the story is she was out and about, heard people talking about John Jansen and Alexis Bellino, and she got upset because this is when her and John were like, they were like in a break. They were in a limbo stage. So I think she just got really upset and heard that and showed up. But I don't know. They could have even drank together there. I don't know. They were terrible with each other. Like, I think they both drank too much with each other. And Alexis is like, always says on the show, yeah, Johnny J doesn't even like really drink anymore. And it's like, okay, so you're admitting though that he was a drinker with Shannon. So I think they were both the problem. They were both enabling each other. And I'm not saying that he's a total terrible person. Maybe him and Shannon were just terrible together. Like maybe he could be a wonderful person with Alexis.
Yeah, we kind of don't know him that well.
Yeah, but I just think it's terrible what he's doing to Shannon. I think he should just let it
She looks like she's going to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's going to like, she said she's already hit rock bottom with the DUI, and then this is like super rock bottom. I mean, it's sad. And then I think it's disgusting that Tamra is kind of leaving her out to dry and hopping on the bandwagon with Alexis because, like, to full circle it, Jim Bellino sued Shannon and Tamra together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, now you literally see that John Jansen is doing that to Shannon, but now Ryan is doing it to you, Tamra. So are you going to hope that Shannon talks to you in a different way? Because Tamra's like under her breath on the last episode saying, why doesn't Shannon just pay him the money? Well, I guess we'll all be saying that to you, Tamra, when Ryan sues you for like $100,000. We'll be like, oh, well, why don't you just pay him the money?
Doesn't Ryan remind you of Louis a little bit?
Yeah. But Louis is like weirder. Like, okay, this is a good question. And I like that I could ask questions since I have you on. If you had to hang out with Ryan or Louis, who would you pick?
That's tough. I don't like either of them. Probably Ryan.
Yeah, I was going to say, I pick Ryan only because, like, at the end of the day, it's not like I'm saying, do you want to marry him? It's just hanging out situation. I could hang out with Ryan and probably have a good time. Louis is a weirdo. Like, his idea of hanging out was getting them all to sit in his creepy podcast studio and do like videos of affirmation for their women and like make love bombing videos basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was creepy. And then Joe Gorga over there is having like shots out of bone marrow and having fun. Oh my God, speaking of bone marrow.
Oh yeah, tell everybody where we went last.
Yeah, so it was our 7-year wedding anniversary. So we went to Philly.
Together 40.
We went to Philly for dinner and we ate at this place called Alpen Rose. So it's like a steak place, very small, Like, when we got in there, I went, "Oh my God, I need the audio from Anchorman." And he's like, "My house smells of rich mahogany and leather-bound books."
Definitely.
Because that's what
That's
it
what it
looked
looked
like.
like. Yep.
It was like these like nice chandeliers and then like this huge bookshelf and very dark and moody in there. So when you get up to the door, the cool part is, um, it's just like a number by the door with a black overhang, and then you have to ring the doorbell, and the guy answers through this little box through the door. And then he's like, "Hi, do you have a reservation?" And then you have to give him your name. And he's like, "All right, one moment." And then he shuts the little thing and you stand at the door and then they open the door for you. So the question,
I
or I
got a
mean,
little. I got a little video of you doing
yeah, the answer is you literally can't go in this place
that.
unless you have a reservation. So, and the bar is so tiny. We actually knew somebody. It's so funny. We go all the way up to Philly, which is like 50 minutes away from us for dinner, and we saw somebody we know in there, which was weird.
Shout out to Pop's Pizza on 202 in Glen Mills.
So good. They got square pizzas.
That's who we saw there, the owner.
Yeah, and then his sandwiches are good, really good. So we saw the owner. So funny. Have to go all the way up there to see somebody we know.
And then we sat next to somebody that from Wilmington.
Delaware, yeah, how wild. So that's the other thing. We go all the way up there and see somebody we know, but then sit next to people that are from Wilmington,
And
Delaware.
they were so nice.
And they were so nice. Yeah, a nice couple. And that was their first time going there too. So everyone enjoyed their meal. The wine was good. We splurged a little on the bottle.
I had to sell kidney to pay the check, but
Yeah.
everything's all right. I got
But
another
it
one.
was worth the kidney because
I
we
got
were
another
all
one.
fat. Yeah, but that was fun.
And the food was really good.
Yeah, it was so good. So we got steak, we got a ribeye,
I got the ribeye.
and then we got
You
a
got
New
the
York
strip.
strip.
Mm-hmm.
Shared the mac and cheese because it's delightful. The onion rings.
They were the best I ever had.
Oh God, so good. Like they came stacked and just so good. Like, you know when you bite into an onion ring and the whole onion doesn't fall out?
It was really good.
That's when you know it's a good onion ring.
The bone marrow pastel.
Yeah, so that's why we brought this up too. We had bone marrow, so that was our first time having bone marrow. And it came with like this toast that then had
That was good.
Yeah. What was it?
It was like
cheek.
It was like a pork
braised
cheek or something. Braised pork cheek or something.
So that was delightful.
Yeah.
The bone marrow, meh. Well, I mean, we tried it, and our dog really enjoyed the bone when we brought it home. He licked on it. So we'll say we got it for him. And then we got chocolate cake, which was delicious. Yeah, it was a delightful night.
Definitely would go back.
Yeah, definitely would go back. They're part of like a whole group. So we went to like a sister restaurant they had across the street called Prunella, and we got a little drink. That was nice. Bartender was cranking the drinks out, and we went on a Sunday. It was wild.
So was that pizza maker.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they were making homemade pizza, so we're like, we need to come back there and have the pizza because we didn't obviously want to order any food, because we were excited for our dinner. But moving on to the next topic of gossip, so we got Shannon Bedore. Everyone's just coming for this poor woman. I feel literally so bad for her. So she's going to be on this new show, and it's like with some other housewives. So it's called Love Hotel, and it's like a spinoff of the Real Housewives. I guess it's like a bunch of single ladies from the Real Housewives. So it's going to be Luann, you know, the money can buy a class, the Countess. Giselle, Ashley Darby. So I think they're on the Real Housewives of Potomac. We don't watch that one. And Shannon. So then the actor comedian Joel Kim, he is coming for our girl Shannon. He has, quote, said she's a pathetic drunk, and he described her treatment to others on the show as hideous, and he's expressing compassion for the former boyfriend, John Jansen. And he was on Instagram putting all these stories up. So this is what he said on his story. So, of course, like people were screenshotting it. So Queens of Bravo screenshot it and gave us all the juicy scoops. So he said, just because you're a pathetic drunk on a reality television show best known for a string of failed relationships and a DUI, does not make you a star and does not give you license to treat the people you work with like they are subhuman. Period. They will make me delete this, but DM me if you'd like to see some videos. I was like, oh shit. So he said that she was a terror for the entire 3 weeks, humiliates the crew, was hideous to him, and at the like final party they had, like the rap party, just a few hours, he was or she was terrible to someone he really loves, so I guess like a significant other or like a family member. And he got in her face and said, "You think you're a star? People don't like you. They pity you." And he said that the daughters are just as bad. I mean, like, can this woman get a break?
Yeah, really, she's getting pummeled on.
I know. What do you think Shannon's like in real life, though? Do you think she's a little snooty?
I don't know. Not sure.
Because that's what Tamra alludes to too. So you all know that Tamra slid into my DMs one day and I was on cloud nine and having heart palpitations. Remember you were like upstairs and I like terrified you? I was like, oh my
Hmm.
God, guess what? So she's like, be nice to me. And I was like, oh, sorry, love ya. And I was like, I'm sure there's a lot we don't see. And she's like, yes, there's a lot you definitely don't see. So she alludes to that we don't see a side of Shannon that is like reality. Like they say these are reality TV shows, but do we really see their reality? Do we really see their real personalities sometimes? No. Everyone can like be fake for the camera, for sure. Like Brittany Cartwright is saying that she was telling Jax to get help, and then all of a sudden the cameras went back up when they were already separated for the valley, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to therapy tomorrow," and she's like, "I can't believe you're going now after all this time. Like you're so fake." And she said it right on camera because Brittany's a real one. She keeps it real. But I don't know with Shannon. Sometimes I do go back and forth with Shannon, but it kept going on. He said more screenshots. So he said, well, that was quick. Anyway, don't regret it. Hope you screenshot it. Hope she suffers. Well, let's just say I can't imagine what John Jansen went through. Poor guy. So obviously everyone was screenshotting his things and posting it. And I don't know, the show hasn't even come out, but obviously doing press for the show is going to be super awkward. But I wonder what the daughters did. I mean, she did grow up, as her ex-husband David Bedore said, with a silver spoon in her mouth. So maybe she's just used to the high life. She's used to being fancy. Maybe she's a little dismissive and snooty,
Maybe.
which I could say. But I feel like a lot of these ladies could probably be like that in real life.
And what was she getting? Like 30,000 a month or
She
something?
gets $30,000 a month from David.
That's crazy.
So David and his crazy wife, like questionable, soon to be ex wife, one day they go back and forth all the time filing for divorce. It's so weird. She's now saying that, like, there's domestic violence. I don't know. It's crazy. I think it's like the saying, though, cheaper to keep her. So he has to give Shannon $30,000 a month. He probably doesn't want to divorce her and give her a bunch of money a month.
Right.
And they have a small child together. So that would be years and years and years of child support for him.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, he did cheat on Shannon, so he's not high on my
He
roster.
almost asked for it.
Yeah. I
Well, I'll tell
mean,
you what, it seems like Tamara, when she gets a couple martinis in her, her mouth gets loose.
I know. Yeah, so that's why Ryan wants to sue her, though, because she's talking about the FBI on the TV.
Yeah,
She,
but that's why she's always going to be on there because the drama sells.
yeah, but so also Ryan is saying, I'm going to read you something that he posted. Um, he said, please get yourself, oh no, wait. Tamra, you are played out. Your stick is old, and we slash the fans of the show have evolved and grown up. your lying, scheming, self-produced drunkenness, nakedness, trailer trash behavior is circa 10 years ago. It's not cute anymore. In fact, it's gross. And we're over it. Just take a look in the mirror, or if self-reflection isn't your thing, then just read the comments on the blogs, Bravo TV, your own podcast, or your own personal social media. It's time with a peace sign. I mean, him calling her trailer trash was wild.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. She's not really trailer trash, but somebody's got to talk to her about her arms.
Oh my God, yeah, well,
Her
body
arms
shame.
look so bad because she's pretty in the face, and it looks like she works out a lot with Eddie, but
Yeah, what's happening
her
with her
arms are
arms?
so bad looking.
And it's like, it almost like looks like she used to be like when those people, which we love to watch the show, the people are on 600-pound life
Yeah.
and then they lose all the weight. They have the flabby skin.
I had this real big girl that worked in the kitchen at Galuccio's, and she had that. She would like put her arms up, and I was like 12 years old, and she'd let me like play with her flabby, fat underarms. Yeah. Her name was Bobby. Shout out to Bobby.
Oh my God, stop.
She's
Shout
in,
out, Bobby. We hope you got
well,
skin tightening.
she's in heaven.
Oh,
She was a nice lady.
oh.
She would eat raw hamburger meat.
Ew.
Yeah, like a
Like for a protein shake?
no, just
like,
eat it. Salt and pepper on there. Not even cook it.
ew.
And
Maybe that's why she's
it
in
wasn't
heaven.
like, what do you call the stuff that we had the other night?
Oh, like it's not like beef tartare.
Yeah, the beef
And
tortilla. This is just regular meat from like Cisco.
ew, no, Bobby,
Yeah.
that's why you're in heaven now. Don't be eating that raw meat,
She
girl.
made it a long time. She was in her 70s.
Oh my gosh, maybe the raw meat is the secret.
Yeah.
Nobody do that though. We don't want to be responsible.
But that beef tartare, where was that restaurant? That was
Oh,
really
9
good.
Prime in
Oh,
Westchester.
that was awesome.
Shout out, that was good. Yep, they did have beef tartare on the menu last night. I'm sure it was good because I saw pictures of it.
That's
We
what we
didn't
should
get
have
it.
got. But I never
I know we
had
should
beef
have.
bone marrow, so we wanted to try it. But
I know. Live and you learn. Oh, but remember Slade?
no free
Smiley?
bread. I don't like that.
Yeah, no. Sometimes the foofy restaurants don't give you the free bread bags. Remember Slade Smiley?
Yeah.
That was on back in the day. So he's still married to Gretchen. So Gretchen wrote under Ryan's thing and she went, "It reminds me so much of what she would do to Slade and I constantly. She would talk mad shit about Slade, and then the second he defended himself or called her out on her BS, she would cry and play victim. It's the same old story, just different characters. I'm so sorry you two are going through this. We love you guys." So everyone's weighing in on it. Even good old Kelly Dodd posted a video and she's like, "Me and Vicky and Shannon should sue Tamra for defamation because of like all the stuff she says." So obviously the whole season she's been calling Shannon an alcoholic. I mean, yes, we can all sue people for anything we want, but it's just the fact of the matter. Do we really want to? Do we want to go down that road? People are going to be a-holes and people are going to talk about each other. But it's like Shannon's not even going to bother suing Tamra and saying, "Oh, you're calling me an alcoholic, but I'm actually really not one." Because it's like sticks and stones. Let's go back to sometimes the old ways. I feel like people are too sensitive these days. Everyone needs to like watch their mouth though, because like, hello, we're all concerned about cancel culture. We
Yeah,
just
but I think
watched
it's all fun.
I know. We just watched the P. Diddy thing. I mean, if he's not canceled after all this, my lord.
I don't think he's ever going to get out.
Uh-uh.
He might even get Epsteined.
Well, they have him on suicide watch, but I'm like, yeah, but do you have him roll reverse? Like, don't get him murdered in jail watch as well, because I want to hear him sing like a canary on the stand. You think he'll be a rat?
If they keep him around, definitely.
Yeah,
He already told everybody. He's like, I got so much on everybody. It's coming out.
yeah, and see, these things can take time though. Like when we watch, so on Tubi, for anyone that wants to watch it, there's a current up to date like little documentary. It's like an hour and a half, and it's about it, and it's a guy from TMZ that does it. They said this could be like a year until they go to court.
I
So
would say probably longer.
we need to keep him alive and well so that he can rat everybody out, but so that he can
And didn't you
justice
say
can be
they
served.
said no to 50 million bail?
Yeah, he put his house.
House arrest, yeah.
No, he put his house up for collateral, so he would have had to sell it. So that means he outright owns his $50 million mansion in Miami on that little island we just saw. What was it called? Celebrity Island or something? That was interesting. Um, Judge denied it. So, when you haven't even allegedly killed somebody or murdered somebody and you don't get bail for $50 million, that's wild.
So what is he getting charged with?
Well, that video of him like beating up the
Is it
Cassie
like sex
girl.
trafficking or something? I
Yes,
heard
sex trafficking, underage, like
racketeering and shit like
yeah,
that.
racketeering. Um they're people some blogs
50
are
million.
saying
You didn't kill anybody. That's crazy.
no, but some blogs are saying they have evidence that he arranged for Tupac to be killed. So that's him killing somebody. Oh, remember he shot that thing, but that was dismissed. So I don't know if that could be re-brought up. But when he was in that shooting in like 1999 in that nightclub, and they have the woman,
25 years ago. You believe that?
they have the woman that was shot. She said she was shot in the cheek by him. She's on the documentary. So it's just crazy. He's literally, they showed scenes of it. He's like, I did not have involvement in this. I did not shoot anyone. The woman literally is on the documentary. She's like, he shot me in the cheek. Like,
Yes, I remember.
I just don't get how people get away with this stuff. It's like the Marilyn Manson thing, like with Rachel Wood Evans. We watched that documentary last year too. Women have come out and said that like abuse by him, but like he's just still torn. I'm like, I don't understand. And do you know what's real shady though? Because I still follow him on Instagram. I saw that he deleted his like all of his stuff on Instagram and like clean slated it. So like he only has like a couple pictures up.
Crazy.
And you can't comment under it. When you turn the comment section off, it's because you're getting a lot of vulgar like backlash. Like somebody wrote under Eddie's thing, you might want to turn the comment section off.
I saw that.
And then he did. So it's like, yeah, it's because everyone's yelling at you. Like, I received a little backlash for the first time like a week ago when I talked about Emily and Heather on the Real Housewives of Orange County. I said under another person's Instagram that it was really disgusting how Heather like body shamed Emily and said like, oh, she was wearing a size 12 and it was actually too small. And then I said, if we're being honest, Heather could eat a hamburger. So a lot of people
Yeah, what was
agreed.
Emily saying about like, when Ryan and Eddie were having the issue? Why was she saying, "Oh my god, I can't believe I want to see those two big guys"? Like, aren't they like 5'6"?
Oh yeah, you're like,
I'm like, what? Big guys.
I know. Like, who do you think? That's another good question.
Ryan looks really short.
Who do you think would win in a fight?
I don't
Eddie
know.
or
They
Ryan?
both look pretty scrappy. Doesn't Eddie know like jujitsu or something?
Probably. That's what I said. That's why my money be on Eddie. Just because he was a fitness trainer, and yeah, I feel like he did like martial arts and like he'd like jujitsu Ryan's
Well, Emily was
denim
like, "I see
jacket.
you every day, right, Ryan?"
Oh yeah, when she was like, "You see how hard I work." So, what did you think about those comments Heather made? Like, do you think that was really rude? Her body shaming Emily, like she wasn't sympathetic to Emily. Like Emily was like, it kind of hurt my feelings. You made me bring my own pants, and then you put me in the same dress as Alexis, and like clearly, Alexis is a lot thinner than Emily, and Emily is technically the biggest one on the cast. So it's like, yeah, maybe don't put her in the same outfit as somebody else on the cast. That's rude.
She looks good though.
Yeah, she does look good. But do you think it was rude how Heather was like, oh, she actually had a size 12 on it, it was too small?
I don't know.
You don't think that's rude?
I think it's pretty rude.
I think, do you know why I especially think it's rude? And I said it before on the podcast. She wants her children. She has 3 out of 4 children that like are queer and she wants them to be accepted. So I really found it odd that she was body shaming Emily and not like being sympathetic to her, saying, I really work hard and it just really hurt my feelings, instead of
Yeah.
her saying, oh my gosh, I didn't know it hurt your feelings. I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
She was defensive about it.
No, I agree.
And this woman is wanting her children to feel like
Accepted.
accepted. Yeah. And I felt it was rude. She wasn't more sympathetic to Emily. You don't have to agree with people, but it's the like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, that's how you could respond. Like, you don't have to necessarily even apologize. You could
No,
just
I
say,
agree.
no, I'm sorry you feel that way. Because
Hmm.
even if Heather doesn't agree with her, that's how Emily feels. And you could tell Emily's struggled for a long time. They live somewhere, and we live in an age and technology and social media where if you feel out of place, it's very hurtful. And they live at the beach. Everyone's wearing skimpy clothing at all times. So I felt bad when
And
she said
Emily's husband, he's like really small.
that. Yeah, he's funny too.
They look funny.
He's so funny though. Is he your favorite guy on the show?
Well,
Yeah, who's your favorite house husband currently on the Real Housewives of Orange County?
name them all.
So we got Ryan,
Eddie.
Eddie, Shane.
Yeah, I guess Shane. I mean, I wish he drank a little, but
Oh yeah,
it
he
would
has
be
his
more
Coca
fun.
Colas because he's Mormon.
It would be more fun, but yeah, the other two guys are new. I don't even know them.
Well,
But it
Gina's
was
still
funny with
friends.
the what's the Asian girl's name?
Katie.
Her husband, like
Oh,
that
Matt.
at that dinner, he was just like
Yeah,
mouth
Matt.
wide open, like what's going on?
Yeah, did you think it was so shady too when they had him and Ryan talk outside and he's like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I do this and I do that." And it looked like he was so
The
confused.
producer of the show made them look stupid.
I know. That's their job though. That's what I mean. So Alexis is claiming she got a bad edit this season. And I'm like, I don't know about that though.
Hmm.
I don't know if I would go that far. But people have said before, like even Sheena has said it on Vanderpump Rules, you can get a bad edit on the show. And that makes us all, it makes or break you if the editors are making you look good or bad, which I can agree. It's like Louis. Maybe they make him look a little weird and whatnot. But I also feel that is his personality on Jersey.
And lately, the camera has been making everybody's face look red. You notice that?
Oh, so Melissa talked about that on our podcast. She said it was something with the lighting, and she actually even called them and was like, "Oh my god, you need to fix this because look how bad everybody looks. Look
Yeah.
at our faces, especially the men because they don't have makeup on." But this is going to lead me to my next gossip thing. So I was listening to Kim D's podcast because I'm a member on her Patreon on Saturdays. So she had Teresa Giudice on, and they did a little Q&A. So they talked a little bit about like where she thinks everything's moving for Jersey. So this is breaking news. Teresa said 2 girls she knows, so not necessarily like friends with, but that she knows, are being contacted by Bravo to audition for the show, because she had to say that like, oh, they both called and asked if it was okay, and I'm not even really that good friends with them, but I thought that was respectful they did that. And she said that she also turned down a Deadpool commercial because Melissa was going to be in it, because she said it was a lot of money. She said, "No, I'm never going to film anything with her again." So, I think if Teresa gets the
Deadpool, like the movie.
yeah. I think if Teresa gets the phone call and they're like, "Hey, so we're actually bringing everybody back. So Melissa's going to be in the show." She's basically saying she's going to tell Bravo, "Then I'm not coming back."
Yeah, they would probably give her a spinoff.
You think?
Yeah, she's like OG.
I know, but see, I think she's really in her brain, since she's the OG, thinking that they will fire Melissa.
Yeah, but Joe's half the show.
I mean, I agree. I think if Joe left, but see, it's not even just getting rid of Teresa or Melissa. So let's say they get rid of Melissa and Joe. Teresa's not even friends with Margaret, Rachel, Danielle. Dolores is Switzerland, so she's a point for each side. Teresa's only friend is Jennifer Aiden.
Nah, I agree with you.
So, like, for me, it's not even like, oh, we can't get rid of Teresa because she's an OG. It's like, we need to get rid of Teresa because she has one damn friend on the show. And the friend is in question of even getting renewed also because she leaked screeners to bloggers, had bloggers write hateful things all year about people, and insinuated violence twice on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Jennifer, but I feel like it was like too much. I feel like some of these people, if you don't start off originally on the cast, and you're a newcomer, sometimes it's like you're playing it up for the camera. You've already watched the show, and it's like you're putting on a performance. And I think Jennifer can be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you can't start and stop it. Like, if you're standing there yelling at Danielle, she's going to have a reaction. You can't say cut. It's not a movie.
Right.
But I'm curious when we will find out what's going to happen with Jersey. I think they're just going to take a really long pause and simmer and figure it out. Just
Right.
figure it out.
No, I agree.
But they're going to start filming Vanderpump Rules soon. This may be the last season. I don't know if we'll get Tom and Ariana. I don't even know if Ariana will do the show because she's so busy. But if you had to choose, would you rather have Tom Sandoval come back or Ariana come back?
Good stuff. Probably Tom.
Really?
Well, it's Tom and Tom.
Why? Explain more.
Well,
Just because Tom and
they
Tom.
get along together. I mean, like, they're fun to watch.
Yeah. So people say that like Ariana only became a fan favorite once the cheating happened. That like people didn't even care about her before. Which she was, I guess, more of a not like always speaking up and having like a big role in the show, but I miss Stassi on the show, honestly. Her confessionals were funny. At least we get James now hopping in for the funny confessionals. But Stassi has her own spin-off show that's going to be on Hulu. And it's going to be like a docu-series of like her life. And I'm so excited because I love her and Beau. And Lala has 2 kids now, so she's going to be back on. Would you mind if Lala and Sheena were on the Valley? Or do you want to keep it separate?
Separate.
Yeah, I agree. Especially Sheena. I think she could be too staged and performative. And I think Lala at the end of Vanderpump Rules was a little not staged and performative, but like doing something for the show and not real life. Like, you never liked Tom Sandoval. Why are you like talking to him? You're just talking to him because you're concerned the show's going to be canceled.
Right.
And that's not real life. Like, I do like that Ariana stormed off at the season finale because that's real life. And that's what she said at the reunion. I was giving you what I would do in my real life, not a performance, which is what I do want. I want real life.
Right.
Which, speaking of real
like
life,
you asked me today, I think a lot of the stuff is scripted, but who knows?
yeah, because we watched Jersey Shore, and we just watched it the
Hello,
other
Satan.
night. What? Hello, Satan. So yeah, Angelina always has drama. So honestly, they all are friends, except Angelina was like on the outs for so long with them because she didn't even film the show with them, if you think about it. Like, she was not around for the core bonding time. She packed up that trash bag season 1 and left and didn't come back. So they all really became friends and bonded, and she didn't.
Right.
And then she just came back for when they started. When did they like start it back up? Like 5 years ago, like family vacation or whatever. I mean, I really think it's been that long. It's crazy. But she just came back for that. So it's kind of like they all didn't like her and MTV just threw her in. So now I feel like they do like her, but probably the least amount. So I feel like that's why they keep her around for the drama. But like we were talking about today, do we think that her drama is real with them or the situation? Like, she'll like block him and do that? Or do we think it's for the show?
I think it's for a show.
Yeah, I think she's crazy though, and she does it, and then Mike just calls her out on it for the show. But I think she really does like get mad at him and block him because she's traumatic.
Definitely.
I mean, look at
Can't
her
hide
with all the
that.
men.
Yeah, can't have that.
So in the episode we watched the other night, she made burner accounts to trash her fiance, Vinny. Vinny 2.0. So in the
So is she
profile
single
thing,
again?
I don't know. I think she is right now, but not on the show. So the show is like what, 6 months like ago. So he's still around for the show, but they're like fighting on the show. And it's like she said he'll leave for 2 weeks at a time. I don't even know why she keeps these people around. She's the cash cow. She should be breaking up with these people. Like,
Remember she was mad and she was showing that guy her phone. He was like, "Yeah, everybody looks good."
yeah. She's like, I wasn't invited to Mia Bella's first birthday party. And he's like, oh, wow, look at everyone. They look good. It's like, wait, idiot.
So our oldest daughter is Bella, and my goddaughter is Mia. So that was cool.
Yeah, Mia Bella. Yeah, the situation, they like banged out the 3 kids like right away. It's like bam, bam, bam. I think they had a boy and they have 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last one was a girl. So I wonder if they're done. That's a lot. They had to catch up to Snooki, but she spaced hers out. They had like,
I would guess so. Yeah.
they had a baby like every year, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's got to stop getting it on with her like right after birth. That's why she's getting pregnant right away.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's when you're fertile, right?
I know. That's why I feel like she just kept getting pregnant.
I think they were probably trying.
Yeah. I don't think they were for the last one. That was maybe like a oops.
Mm-hmm.
But to leave off on a note of shell-shocking news that rocked the world a couple days ago, Kristin Cavallari and Mark Estes are no more.
No more.
They are no more.
Bye-bye.
September 28th, another source confirmed to People magazine that Cavallari 37 and Estes 24 split after 7 months of dating. So I listened to her podcast. She was obsessed with him. They have a big age gap. She already has 3 kids. So this is an example of people banging the kids out. She already had 3 kids with her ex-husband, Jay Cutler, ex-NFL player. So this guy is 24 years old, never been married, obviously doesn't have children. He wants all that. And he said that, and she knew that. She went to the lengths on her podcast to say to her best friend, Justin Anderson, I was done having kids, but I actually would consider having another kid just because I love him so much and I know he wants his own. And Justin was like, oh, really? Oh my God, that's a big deal. So I'm like, okay, now all of a sudden they're saying they weren't on the same page before their recent split and they were just heading in different directions, the insider says. And I'm like, is the insider Justin Anderson? It says the age difference played a factor, but there's no drama. She has love and respect for him. I mean, he was driving her kids to school. He just went on a vacation to Greece with her and Justin and his partner. And she was really letting him in. And like she said, after her divorce, she didn't introduce, like, she would go on dates. And I think she did have a boyfriend since the divorce, but never introduced anyone to her kids. So the fact that she introduced this guy. So if people don't know what he does also, he is in a little TikTok group called the Montana Boys. And on our way up to dinner the other day, I showed you their videos. And you were like, yeah, but what do they do?
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's stupid. It's definitely stupid because the funniest thing too, so I feel like their thing is they're supposed to lip sync and they're just like shirtless cowboys. So like, and they're all young and in shape. So obviously everyone's like, oh my God, look. But they're not even good at lip syncing. Like they barely are moving their lips and they're like smile laughing the whole time. Like they can't even keep it together. And I'm like, wait, what? You're supposed to be lip syncing? That's your thing? It's very weird. But I feel bad because he was like just on her podcast. Like, I'm not even being
Something must have
sarcastic.
happened.
Literally a week ago.
For this is quick.
I know. Wait, I'm gonna pull up the episode too. Literally, he was on her podcast. Let's see. Oh, September 3rd. All right. Why did I think that was a week ago? September 3rd, he was on her podcast. And I don't know. She's the one that said she would have another kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I first saw the news, like almost a week ago. And she was on, you know, that girl, Alex Cooper, Call Her Daddy podcast. She was at her live show on stage with her, and Alex Cooper said, you know, since you're newly single, and the whole audience was like, what? Because no, she had not told anyone. So it was breaking news at that show.
Something happened.
Well, I think she obviously broke up with him.
Something
Probably
must have happened because it was almost like overnight.
Maybe she started thinking about it like, what am I saying? Like, I don't want another kid. I'm 37.
Nah, something like that.
And she just moved into a new house.
She kept saying how much she was in love with him. And then it was like, bam, we're done.
I know. And like, I mean,
I don't think he would cheat on her.
I wouldn't think so either. And I don't think she would do that, but I definitely don't think he would. But I don't know. I just think it's weird. Just because she said she would have a kid. So it's like, you can't now say, oh, that's why we split. And the age gap. It's like, well, when you met him, you knew the age gap.
Yeah.
But it could get tiring. I get it. And the other way around, I'm going to be sexist because we have an age gap. We are 15 years apart. But it's just different to me when the woman is younger. It just is. And it seems to clearly work more. I mean, look at all the relationships in Hollywood. I'm not saying they're all prime example and wonderful example of marriages, but predominantly it's the younger woman with the older man.
Right.
I don't like who in the celebrity world is the other way around with like the cougar situation.
Definitely not Leo.
Yeah, definitely not Leo. He has like an age mark. Like this guy would be getting too old for him at 24. His age cutoff is 25.
Yeah, remember that one joke that comedian made about what was that Irish one with Robert De Niro?
Oh, the Irishman.
Yeah, the Irishman. The comedian was like, "Yeah, Leo took his girlfriend, and the movie was so long. When it was done, she was too old for him."
That's a good one. Oh, that's funny.
That's funny.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you too. This was fun to talk some.
And we had fun last night.
Yeah, this was fun to talk some trash, though. You know, I rope you into all this. You secretly love it.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
As always, this was so fun, and you could find me on Instagram at BravoT with the Stay at Home Mom, Spotify, and Apple. Till next time, see ya.